Audio Junction. Audio Junction. Audio Junction.
Welcome to Wild Child Records. I'm your host, Jay Stoyan. Thanks for tuning in today. You can tune in right now live on our Facebook pages right across Canada and the US. We're very excited as we have a stellar band, a rock and roll, a country band. These guys are hot. I think they're actually playing tonight. On the show today, we have Stillwater Junction from Big Records. These guys are just lighting up the airwaves, the charts, everything. Super cool guys, big veteran supporters. Stay tuned. You're watching Wild Child Records. We'll be right back with Stillwater Junction.
Born from my daddy, a music man, and the blues drifted from his hands. Raised by my mother, a poet's dream. She gave the words of life to me. Yeah, thanks to them, this gypsy road I lead. But I'm alright, yeah, I like it this way. Every sunrise gonna bring a brand new day. And I don't care what people say. God knows my heart, that's all that matters anyway.
Welcome back to Wild Child Records. Before we get started, I want to give a big shout out to Nick and Jenny and Loud Tracks. See my shirt here, Rolling Stones. Wow, long sleeve shirt too. I have to say, these guys support our fundraisers with swag. They give us all types of concert shirts like Def Leppard, Rolling Stones, Neil Young, Led Zeppelin, Billy Idol, Rebel Yell. So I really want to thank Nick and Jenny for that, because you know what? When we hand out these gifts at our fundraisers, people go crazy. They love the shirts, and they're very good quality. So again, thanks to Loud Tracks. Guys, thanks for being on the show today. Let's welcome Stillwater Junction. Woo! Welcome, guys. Welcome. Scotty, how you doing?
Good. How you doing, Jay?
Good, good. So these guys are from North Carolina. There's 3 on the show today, and I know they have a 4th member, a drummer, but you know those drummers, right? They're never on time. So, so how you doing? So how's Ray doing, and how's Ben doing? How you guys doing?
We're doing really good, man. Living the dream.
This is great. So let me just give our audience a little overview. So we've interviewed Scotty 2 or 3 times. Actually, we just lost him. He'll be back though. But we have never interviewed the band as a total. And again, we're missing the drummer. So why don't we start with Ben? Ben, tell our viewers exactly what your position in the band, and then we'll just get right into it, and then we'll move over to Ray too.
Right on. Well, I play rhythm and lead guitar. I do some of the backup vocals when we play live. And I mean, I just got an inspiration of playing guitar since I was pretty much born. My dad played drums, and he was very infamous in his time, and it kind of inspired me to pick up the guitar, as ironic as that is. But I was just always around in music, and I've been playing guitar since I was 13 and hit the ground running.
Well, you have the look, that's for sure. You got the hair. Like, I love the hair. Like, what a rock star. I gotta love that. And I love your accent. Like, wow, what a Southern accent, you guys. Like, it's just like talking to the Allman Brothers or Leonard Skinner, or, you know, like guys like that. So I really appreciate you guys coming on. Ray, let's talk about you now. So tell our viewers a little bit what your position in the band is, and then we'll get into it, and we'll bring back Scotty too. So
I'm the bass guitarist and backup vocalist for Stillwater Junction. And as far as music goes, I've been playing instruments, let's see, since I was 4 on the drums up until I was a teenager, and then about 21 years on guitar, and then I play other multiple instruments as well. But just only have one guitar lesson, self-taught after that.
So tell us a little bit about the vibe in North Carolina. Like what type of, well, tell our viewers again the genre you guys play. I know it's like country rock and a little bit of everything, but you guys tell us, and then tell us about the vibe down in California, Ben, or down in North Carolina, what it's like.
I mean, it's pretty much kind of everywhere you go. There's always music to be had, different varieties, from like bluegrass pickers to like alternative. I mean, really know what kind of genre to put it as, but it's really it's music everywhere. We got a lot of musician friends and that come around and they play, and I mean, I always.
So what's the type of venues you guys play? Like, do you guys play like? Because up here we have everything from high schools to local pubs to art centers to big venues to big stadiums. So tell us about what it's like down there. Do you guys have the big stadium, like I guess the Carolina Hurricanes, the arena, and all that stuff? But where do you guys generally like to play, and the venues that you guys showcase your talents at? Maybe Gray can tell us that.
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tell us the type of venues you guys get hired to play at.
So we play at let's see. We started out playing bars and then music venues.
Like backer bars.
Starting to do bigger festivals and concerts. Try to get more ticketed events and stuff like that. Scotty could.
I know you guys are playing. Oh, there's Scotty back there. Thanks for coming back, Scotty. Our technical difficulties, but what are you going to do? We just carry on. So tell us. I know you guys are playing tonight, right? So tell us a little bit where you're playing tonight, Ben.
Yeah, it's not really a winery, but it's a nice little place. They have their own little craft beer that they make and they sell, and it's very homey. They have a nice outside stage, made out of wood, and it's good.
What is
people,
the venue called?
good time.
What's the venue called?
Gypsy Road.
Yeah, let's give him some love, right? Gypsy Road. So this is good. Now, I know you guys have been on tour. Like maybe I'll bring in Scotty here. So Scotty, tell us lately what the band has been up to, because I know you guys have been doing a lot of gigs over the last since we sort of connected. So tell us what your schedule is like.
The schedule, we normally stay pretty busy. As of right now, we all still work full-time jobs during the week. But we still manage to play anywhere between 55 to 70 shows a year. We normally play them on Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays. Me and Ben, we do acoustic stuff on Wednesdays and Thursdays and Sundays, sometimes on Fridays as well. Our schedule, let's see, we've got Gypsy Road tonight. We'll be at Kickers next Saturday, and we have an opener for us. He was originally from North Carolina, and then he moved to Texas for a bunch of years, got real big in Texas, and then decided he wanted to leave Texas and come back to North Carolina, and he's going to open for us acoustically next Saturday. Then we'll be in Virginia the following weekend, and let's see, somewhere else the weekend after that. And then we'll be heading to Pennsylvania to play the Wheelchairs for Warriors benefit up in Commodore, Pennsylvania. We're the headlining band up there for that.
That's excellent. Yeah, let's talk a little bit about that. Yeah, let's talk a little bit about your event that you're going to be supporting the troops, because I know you guys are really big veteran supporters. So can you tell us a little bit more about that evening, Scotty?
Yeah. As far as what we're being told, we are the main band that's going to be there. It's an event that's connected to Wheelchairs for Warriors, and what it is it helps raise money and for disability veterans so that they can get wheelchairs, they can get like limbs and stuff that they need from the medical departments. It helps raise the funds for them that can't afford it, because those things are extremely expensive.
That's wonderful.
I mean, we've got a bunch of different events that we try to do for veterans, because anything that we can do to help the veterans, to basically push them to the forefront and give them the help that they need, because without them, we wouldn't be able to do what we love to do in this beautiful world that we live
I think
on.
that's great. And just to add to that, like our telethon, which was a couple weeks ago, called Veterans First Initiative, was great. Big Records was a big part of it. You can see our recorded and live video segments on our Facebook page. I want to give a big shout out to Laura Gagne. She was our Paul Schaefer for the day. We had a radio station down there. Actually, we're doing some really, the telethon for Toronto was amazing. Like the results that are happening from the telethon, because there was a lot of live viewers. We had a live audience in our studio. We had some very integral people tuning in and watching in, and on our platform as guests. So I just want to let everybody know that the telethon was just a huge success. I can't thank Fana, Chicago, Illinois, Phoenix, Larry, all the guys. You guys supported, Mark supported. So I really want to thank you guys for that. Wonderful. As you can see, there's people commenting now on our Facebook page, so that's great. What I want to do, why don't we take a quick break? Because I want to talk a little bit how you guys, the special recipe for those crazy hits that you guys have, right? So I want to talk about that, and I want to talk about the dynamic of the band and keeping a band together as you're soaring. So stay tuned. We're watching Wild Child Records. We'll be right back with Stillwater Junction.
This is the Disability Channel telling you to check out pop rock group Brandywine from Seattle, Washington. If you're a fan of pop, rock, R&B, and blues, then Brandywine has a little bit of everything you need to get the party started.
Welcome back to Wild Child Records. On the show today, we have Stillwater Junction. They're talking all about their crazy agenda, their crazy schedule, and how much of a big troop supporter they are. So what I want to do, I want to flip it about a little bit. I'm sure you guys all watched the documentary Get Back, right? I'm sure everybody saw the Beatles Get Back. If you haven't, it's all about creating music, right? Whatever. Right? So I want to take you guys, replace the Beatles with Stillwater Junction. Okay, so it's a Monday morning or a Saturday or whatever, and you guys are all have it in tune. Your agenda now is we need to get into the studio and create new songs, because we have some big events coming up and we need some fresh blood. We need some fresh music. So let's start with Ben. How would you guys go about the morning? And then Ray and Scotty can jump in. So give us this recipe for a new song. Like who comes up with it? Is it a collaboration? Is it just, hey guys, this is what I have? So Ben, you tell us, our viewers, how you guys work out the recipe.
It's definitely a collaboration, kind of a joining of different inspirations and what we have an idea for the song. Scotty writes majority of the lyrics, if not all of them. And then I might have some crazy guitar riff and sing it his way, or he'll have some ideas and about the song. It's just it really is a collaboration, especially on the first album. There was a lot of just getting in there and saying, "Oh, this riff looks seems nice. It grooves. Let's see, Ray, what can you do with it?" Or Ray will create a riff and I'll be like, "Oh, I like that. Let's see what I can do with it." And then Scott will jump in and put some lyrics to it, and I guess that's really what it is.
I love that. So Scotty, what do you do? Scotty, what would you do? Walk into the studio with a couple of notes on a piece of paper and go, "Hey guys, what do you think about this?" And then Ray would grab the bass and put a little bit of the beat down to it. Or so you take it away, Scotty. You tell us.
Well, actually, we haven't really done it that way. I'm pretty like straightforward and anal when it comes to new originals. We'll like we'll brainstorm in like 1 or 2 band rehearsals, and then like we might spend 2, 3, or 4 band rehearsals, which are anywhere from 3 to 4 hours each time, going over 1 or 2 songs until we feel like it's ready. And once we have 2 to 3 songs ready, then we hit the studio, so that when we hit the studio, we pay for a 9-hour day. And most of the time we have at times only got 1 done, but most of the time we go in there, like with our album, we done 1 song the first time, 2 songs the second and third time to the studio, and then the last few times in the studio, like we went in 9 hours, we got recorded, mixed, and mastered 3 songs each one of those times. So I try to make sure that we're as best prepared as possible, so when we hit the studio that we're not wasting our money or their time, and we get as much done as we can get done in that 1 9-hour day, so that our fans can basically have our new music sooner than later, and it sounds amazing.
So that's great. Like, that's great insight. Could I have a nice follow-up? Thank you for explaining that. Because so would you guys rent the studio when your song is, I mean, it's never complete, but when it's pretty much written and you guys know, okay, we want to have this part on this and we want to have that part? Or do you not go that far? You just take the lyrics into the studio and figure it out as you go?
Oh no. We'll sit down in the band rehearsals like weeks in advance, and we'll go over each part. And then we hit the studio, if something doesn't feel right, like a guitar riff or a certain part of a solo doesn't feel right, then we'll do a couple live takes of it. And then if it's not feeling right, like we'll sit down and talk about it, and Ben or Ray will, like fiddle around with something. And then we'll go ahead and do a couple more live takes with the newer stuff that they've decided to add in that sounds a little bit better the day of. But most of the time we go in probably 98% prepared.
Okay,
before we even hit the
that's
studio.
great. And let's get to Ray now, because we know it's all about the beat, right? It's all about the beat, right? You need the beat, right? You need that heavy bass. So
yeah.
Ray, when you join the team and add your talent to the song, do you coordinate with the drummer, or do you go by his beat? How do you work it?
So usually I go off of Ratman, and I listen to what he's playing, get the chords down, the basic chords. And then as soon as I got the basic chords down, of course, then I play something basic with the drums with Ratman. And in the middle of it, I kind of hear what I want to play, and then I try it, and ask the guys like, hey, what do you think about this, yada yada yada, and it's either thumbs up or thumbs down, or maybe. So
that's great. Now, so let's talk about the missing piece, right, in your team, even though I know you guys have them, but let's talk about the drummer situation now. And I know you guys are like so many bands out there, all of a sudden you got everything coming together. You guys are soaring. You guys are, a lot of people are supporting you guys. And all of a sudden a band member has to, drop out for whatever reason. So take us through that scenario, and how are you don't got to tell me like the inner details, but how does that feel with your anxiety when all of a sudden you guys are like, oh my God, like we need a new drummer? So maybe Scotty, you can tell us how the feeling of the band, how did you guys handle that situation?
Well, at first, like, we are working on our 4th drummer now in the 3.5 years we've been together. Our first drummer, Joshua Stevens, we called him Tree. Like, he started with us. He was the one that wrote the drums for Pour Me Some Moonshine and It's Only Illegal. And then he decided he wanted to go back to college. He was 25, 26 years old. He wanted to finish his degrees in music theology. So we're not going to hold him back from his education. So he left us, and then we had another drummer come in that played with us for about 1.5 years. And his name was Robbie. Amazing drummer. And then when we started receiving accolades and awards and everything, it wasn't the life that he wanted to possibly be a full-time musician. So we all had a talk and everything. We was all in agreement, and he stepped down. And then our third drummer, Josh Revis, was a drummer that came in. He was younger too. He was about 27, 28. He played with us for about 8 or 9 months, and he was a brewer at a well-known beer brewing company here in the United States, which is Red Oak Brewery. He was the third brewer, and then the head brewer decided that he wanted to retire. So Josh got the opportunity to get a massive pay promotion with benefits and everything to take over the head brewing position, but he had to work on weekends. So we understand it sucked. It came from out of nowhere, but now we do have a new drummer. His name is Nathan Brown. He's going to fill in for the rest of our shows that are on the books for the rest of the calendar year. We've done a bunch of rehearsals with him. He plays his first live show with us this evening as well. He's got a couple irons and a couple other fires right now, and he wants to play the rest of our shows this year. He wants to get all of his loose ends, tied up. But as far as we can tell right now, he's about this close to going ahead and accepting the full drummer position because he loves our type of music and he loves where we're going. And so fingers crossed, this will be our last drummer that we receive. I mean, it caused a lot of issues when the drummers decided to leave, but thankfully we managed to fill in, the slots with a new one, and hopefully this will be the last time.
Well, I know too, like the community, the music community is such a small community, so I imagine everybody kind of knows each other down in your area, just like they know each other up here. So I know you got to, it's a lot of moving pieces and all that, and everybody's trying to get to the top. So I totally understand the drama, if there's no drama, but you got to be kind and all. And I know you guys are super kind. So I know you're being political or being politically correct, right? Being nice and all that. So I really thank you guys for sharing that. So
yeah,
if people want to find out more information, sorry, go ahead.
But I have one more thing. I have one more thing, Jay, to go ahead and wrap up like the dynamics of what it causes if a band member decides to leave. I'll make it short, sweet, and simple. We already had 3 to 5 new originals that we were getting ready to take to the studio with our last drummer. When he got the promotion and left, we had to put that on hold. So now we're transferring 5 of our already released songs over to Universal Virgin. And we're working with the new drummer to hit the studio hopefully in the next couple months, and we will be releasing 5 new singles the beginning of next year. So it does cause an issue. It puts a brakes on things as far as originality, but we're still rolling.
What type of drums does he use?
I don't know right offhand.
Okay, I was gonna ask you. What type of?
Well, I know that I know his cymbals are K custom. Okay. I know that for a fact. I don't know about the drum kit though.
Okay. How about you, Ben? What's your favorite instrument? What's your favorite brand guitar?
I really don't have a favorite brand. As long as it plugs and plays, I like it.
What do you like? What are you going to use tonight?
I got I had an uncle who passed away, and he gave me a Fender Mustang, so I play that a lot. Yeah. And then Scotty also made some custom guitars, and I play that as well.
I think I got my Fender. I think I got my Strat right there behind me, actually, right there. Yeah, I got that. My Strat behind me right there. And how about you, Ray? What type of bass do you use?
So the bass I use is a Squire Bass 6. It's a 6-string bass. It feels and plays almost like a guitar, but it's actually a bass guitar. The Beatles used one. It was the Fender Bass 6, and a lot of bass guitarists don't like it. And technically, I'm not an actual bass guitarist. I'm a rhythm guitarist, and I didn't like playing the bass all that well. So I found this, and I absolutely love it. It plays just like a guitar, but it sounds exactly like a bass.
I really like asking musicians what they like what's their style, what type of instrument do they like the best, or what do they use. I think it's interesting because there's no wrong answer, right? It's just whatever the musician likes. Let me ask you one more question, and then we're going to let you go. I'm going to pass it over to our producer, Jay, because he's also a musician, has a great band. Jay, do you have a question for the band, maybe? Oh, maybe can't hear.
Hey,
Oh,
sorry,
maybe
I
his
was
mic's
muted.
up. There you go.
Can you hear me?
That's okay. Yeah.
Hey.
We can hear you.
So yeah, I'm being put on the spot here a little bit. So I know you guys are going through drummers, and I myself of my band went through a lot of drummers. What do you look for in a drummer when you're auditioning them, when you're trying to decide? Like,
Well,
Scotty?
I tell you what, we can go with each member to go ahead and answer that if you want to. Ben, go ahead.
Yeah, start with Ben. Yeah, Ben, you go ahead.
Yeah, what I look for, my dad being a drummer, long story short, he played jazz drums since he was 5. So growing up watching him play and kind of getting attuned to how he played, a pocket drummer, someone who can know how to play fast, and a drummer who can reel it back at the same time and be dynamic is kind of what I look for when it comes to a drummer. Someone can fill that pocket, someone can be in the groove, know when to do stuff off the cuff if you need to.
of course.
Like Mr. Toto, right? Mr. Toto himself.
What about you, Ray?
How about you, Ray?
You're the bass player, so you gotta keep up with the rhythm and be locked in with the drummer, right? So.
Oh yeah. So what I look for is the drummer setting the tempo and then keeping that tempo, and not only that, but having fun while doing it. If you're not having fun while you're doing this,
Oh, I think you froze for a bit, but that's okay. We got the gist of it, I think. And
Well,
then Scotty,
Just
yourself?
stop.
Playing
not
with a
having
lot
fun,
of
just
drummers
stop
in my
it.
time that tend to speed things up, especially live when they're excited. So I understand.
There you go. Ray's back.
Okay, I can't hear you guys.
Oh.
I'll be right back.
I like everything that Ben and Ray have brought up, but also I like a drummer that can interact with every single one of the members, including myself, because yes, we're hired to do a job, but we need to have fun while we're up there, because if we don't have fun, then the crowd's not going to have fun. We feed off of the crowd, and the crowd feeds off of us. So I want our drummer, if he wants to get into it and he wants to make goofy faces at the same time, have fun, do what you want to, but also play in the pocket, keep our tempo. If you want to throw in something slick like a stop that's not supposed to be there and it allows the lead guitar to ring out even more, cool, go with it. We're going to roll with it. But all I want is for you to be able to give us the heartbeat so the rest of us can actually perform along with you.
That's great, guys.
Keeping the beat, and then above that, I guess, just interaction with the crowd. I always love a band that has good dynamics with the audience, right? So I appreciate that.
Oh, yeah. I mean, because without the audience, without the fans, we aren't able to do what we love to do.
100%.
So
that's great, guys. Well, thanks so much for being on the show today. Before we let you go, if people want to find out more information about Stillwater, where your next gig is, so they can come and support you, where could they go?
they can find us on all social media, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. You can look us up on stillwaterjunction.com. You can also, if you would like to, you can download the free app. It's called Bands in Town, BANDSINTOWN. It's a free app you can download. You can follow any musician you could think of in the world on that app, and it gives you notifications of their upcoming schedule, merchandise, if they're playing within 50 miles of you. And it's a free app to download. You can follow whoever you like to. And also, just recently, because of Bands in Town, any of the streaming platforms, YouTube, Apple, Spotify, any of them, if you follow us on one of those, they have an events tab right at the top. Click that events tab, and it gives you all of our all of our upcoming dates, where we're at, locations, if there's ticket sales.
That's great, guys. So again, just give us the website, Stillwater. What is it? You guys have the website. What is it?
Stillwaterjunction.com.
There you go. Have a great show tonight, guys. Send us a link. We'll be supporting you. Again, we really appreciate you guys being on. what I'm going to do, I'm going to take a quick break and I'm going to come back and wrap the show. Thanks again, guys. Much appreciated.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Have a great
Appreciate it,
day. Bye-bye.
Mama always tried to raise me right. Went to church every Sunday with no wild crazy night. Glad for all the preaching that she did to me, so that I could turn out a whole lot differently. I was raised a little different than most people these days. I didn't have no cell phone or computer to hide my face. With everyone trying to live up in that high society, I say to hell with your fine wine. Pour me some moonshine.
Welcome back to the show. Wow, that was great. On the show, we had Stillwater Junction. We had the lead singer, Scotty. We had the lead guitar, Ben. We had the bass player, Ray. And we were talking about their drummer who's going to be filling in for the rest of the year. These guys are a great band. They're doing great things, great entertainment, great music. And, of course, they support troops. So we love the guys down in the USA. Hopefully, we'll get them up here in Canada one day, up in Toronto. That would be nice. Before I let you go, I just want to do a couple of quick updates. Last night's show on the commission with Jordan, me and Jordan we had legendary bass player Jeff Jones from Burton Cummings and Tom Cochran. He also played with Rush. The guy played with everybody. Like, oh my goodness, Jeff Jones. It was great discussion, really inspiring. And then we also had Mark Rosner on from Big Records telling us all about how he runs his label, providing opportunities to independent musicians. So it was a great show. If you want to be a guest on the commission, 89.7 FM, just shoot me an email, text me, Facebook me every Friday night from 7 to 10. And there's going to be a lot more news coming with the station. So stay tuned. I'm also going to be going on tour in August with Big Records and Laura Gagne. Beautiful, beautiful singer, really good voice, really nice person. I want to thank Lightning in the Bottle. That's our sponsor for supporting her. We have some programs coming out with Well-Beings and Peggy. Lots of stuff going on. So if you're a veteran out there or a person with disabilities and you're looking for a new opportunity, a change of path in your life, give us a call. We'd love to enroll you, get you healthy, get you a new skill in media, get you a job, pay you. You know what I mean? Let's get going, people. So again, I'm Jay Stoyan. You're watching Wild Child Records. This is a great platform for independent, mainstream, and super high-end musicians to be seen on. So again, thanks for tuning in, everybody. You can check us out on Facebook. Until then, we'll see you next time on Wild Child Records.
Audio Jungle.